So today, y'all, this video is just an update on where I've been. I know y'all didn't get any. I don't think I did a video on Tuesday. I think my last video was Sunday. And y'all know I upload on Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So this is just an update on where I've been. Your girl has been sad, okay? When I tell you, where did I come in this way? I knew I was going the wrong way. When I tell y'all I have had one of the worst weeks in a long time. And your girl has just totally been sad and not in the mood to vlog or do a video. I'm trying to get y'all a vlog. I'm trying to give y'all a vlog slash mukbang, but I'm trying to get to Chick-fil-A before it gets too dark so that I can sit and talk to y'all. And I haven't ate today. It's 4:45 and I have not put one thing in my mouth. I did not wake up until 1 o'clock today. And that's just because my mind, my mental has been everywhere. This vlog probably gonna be everywhere. This is a vlog slash mukbang life update of where I've been. And I'm gonna try my best, y'all, to do this video without crying. Try my best, because I've been crying all week. And I'm trying right now to really get myself together. Just will it on in, okay? So, just to start off where my week started. So, the last time y'all seen me, y'all know I got my vaccine shot, right? Because my job mandated us to get the vaccine. So, I get an email on November 30th. And before I say any of this, shout out to my girl, Dara, for correcting me in my last vlog where I said that the FDA had not approved the vaccine. And she corrected me, and that's true. But what it was is that my job, the paperwork that they were handing me out, as y'all could see me reading from the paperwork was from May of 2021. So the paperwork hadn't been updated. So not only are y'all mandating us to get a vaccine, but then you're handing out wrong paperwork, okay? So I'm totally right now just upset with my job, okay? But again, so shout out to Dara. Thank you so much, Dara, for correcting me. I end up pinning her comment because, you know, I wanted everybody to see that. So, but anyway, on November 30th, around 4 p.m., an hour before I'm about to get off work, just like they send the mandate information right before I was gonna get off on a Friday. This is on the Tuesday. They sent an email, y'all, saying that they're temporarily suspending the mandate because whatever reason. I don't even give a damn about the reason. One day, 2 days, a day and a half after I done went and got my vaccine. So if anybody that has been mandated to get this vaccine, and if a job did that to you, how would that make you feel? When I tell y'all, I was totally upset. Like, and I'm trying to figure out how to handle this situation because I'm ready to email everybody, like, just so that they know how I feel. Whether they give a damn or not about my feelings, they need to know how I feel as an employee of this company. Like, but I'm trying to look at the bright side of it too. And my mom talked to me about this, and I said it in my video, that I felt like God was putting this in my path for a reason. And I didn't know what it was at that moment, and I still don't know, but I kind of got it. And maybe this is just something he wants to do for me to be more protected. So I understand it. And I said this from the beginning. I understood the whole reasoning of me getting the vaccine and why people are getting it. But it should have been my choice, though. That was the only thing, okay? So that in itself just was crazy for me. Okay, I haven't sent the email, but again, it's something that's just been bothering me. But through this week, COVID has touched my family really hard. And one of my cousins, they lost their father this week to COVID. Okay. I think that was Wednesday night or Thursday night. Wednesday, they told me he was sick. And Thursday night, I believe my cousin called me and told me that my cousin Hogan, I will call him Uncle Hogan. Y'all know, anybody that's older than y'all, when in the black families, everybody is auntie and uncle. So he was like an uncle to me, okay? So rest in peace to my Uncle Hogan. I don't know if you guys remember, my cousin that passed earlier this year. Was that earlier this year or the end of last year? Their mom passed. So that was my cousin. My blood cousin. So Hogan was married to my cousin. But so we lost him. So, you know, that was one thing that sent me over the edge. That was the last thing that just took me out. Okay, this is not in order, but that was Tuesday that I got the email. Thursday was the day that my Uncle Hogan passed. It was either Wednesday night or Thursday night. But when I found out that he was sick, I also got a call that my cousin Shonda is in the hospital battling COVID. And me and Shonda are the same age. We grew up together, damn near lived together at some points in our lives, you know, because her mom worked nights. So she was either at my house or I was at her house. So she is in the hospital battling COVID. She was in the ICU because she couldn't get her breathing together. So I did text her a couple times. She texted me back some hearts. So I think she's doing okay. She's stable. But the last I heard, she was in the ICU. So I really haven't talked to anybody today. So excuse me. But so keep my family in your prayers. When I tell you, this week has been one of the worst weeks that I've had in a long time. So that was Thursday. That's been going on this week. And then again, I told you, beautiful holiday, beautiful weekend. You know, my life just seemed like everything was going in the right path. And it's just like whenever you feel like your life is just going that way, the devil always got to bring his funky ass somewhere in the loop. You know what I mean? And that's what he's done to my week. But my God, my God, I'm not going to let it defeat me. I'm not about to let this take me out and keep me as stressed as I've been. But I end up having to have a counseling session with my counselor yesterday. I had to call her for emergency counseling session because everything that I got going on in my life, and I haven't even told y'all the biggest thing this week, one of the biggest things this week, it's been horrible. When I tell you, I've been crying every single day, every day. Like how do you mukbang and you crying every day? Like, that's hard to come and sit in front of y'all and try to give y'all positivity and everything, and you're feeling that way. But y'all know I like to keep everything a buck with y'all. I tell y'all everything that's going on in my life. You know, I try to, you know, the most things that I can tell y'all, but you know, I try to keep everything honest and so that y'all could really see who I am. I keep it authentic with y'all. Let me just say that. Everything I do is authentic, you know. So when I'm sad, I come on here and cry and everything, but when you feel so low, you know, that's very hard to come and sit. And I didn't know if I should vlog, if I should do a mukbang. And right now, this just look like it's turned into a vlog. But so I'm actually about to pull up somewhere. I gotta grab something really quick, and then I'm gonna come back and talk to y'all. So give me 1 second. So yeah, I'm trying to talk to y'all before it get dark out here. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Chipotle before before it gets dark. As y'all know, it's 4:57, so it gets dark here in Cleveland at 5. And I might be able to do a little bit of the mukbang, but I gotta stop at the bank and one other place. Like I said, y'all, I have not got up. I didn't get up today till 1. So this is kind of like a run errands with me update on my life. I don't know. I'm here. That's all that matters. I'm here today, okay? It's Sunday for y'all. It's Saturday night for me. But I'm here. I made it to y'all and got a video out when I have not been feeling it. And I missed y'all. I really did. But when your mind not right, it's hard to sit in front of this camera. You know what I mean? I can't fake it. I can't get a grasp of my cries because I just didn't want to be sitting in front of y'all boo-hooing the whole damn video. So, yeah. So it is what it is. So, I don't know where I left off, but so on Monday, I get a call from my daughter, Deja, and immediately she's crying really bad, and I know that cry. You know, when your family calls you, and especially your kids, and they hurting, you know they different cries and hurt and scared, and as a mother, you just know that. So I knew something happened to somebody. And I'm just like, what happened? And she tell me that her ex-boyfriend, Tevin, was just murdered. Mind you, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you know. She's still working. She had like an hour and a half left to work. I had just got off work. And she's just crying, and I'm crying like, how? You know, what happened? And so my son comes down, and I tell my son, and I'm like, no, we got to tell Nene, my other daughter, she's at work, you know. And the crazy part about it, Tevin texted me on Thanksgiving. He DM'd me on Instagram and commented on my oxtails, and I started to invite him over for Thanksgiving. And the crazy part, me and my kids was talking about him Wednesday night as we was cooking. We was just talking about him. And, you know, how silly he is and how he'll bug the hell out of you sometimes, you know what I mean? But that was just him. But even though him and my daughter was not in a relationship, they hadn't been in a relationship in years. They started dating in 2017. They met right after my domestic violence situation. So he was around when my best friend was murdered. He went to the funeral. I actually bought him a shirt to go to the funeral and everything. And so that's when we met Tevin. And even though him and my daughter haven't been together, he has kept in touch with our family. He is part of our family, has always been. And, you know, my kids will talk to him periodically. And Deja talked to him actually on Sunday, right before he was killed, and the day before he was killed. And my daughter Danae talked to him a couple days after Thanksgiving. So we all had some kind of connection with him right before he passed. So it's just been tearing me up that I did not invite him over for Thanksgiving, because I would at least got a chance to see him again, you know, one last time. But God does everything for his reasoning. And my counselor told me wherever he was on Thanksgiving, that's where he was meant to be. Think like that, you know, that's where God wanted him to be that day, you know. So everything happens for a reason. So I can't keep questioning that. My mom said every time somebody passed, you questioning what kind of person you was to them. But I guess, I don't know if that's just a natural reaction. It's just, you know, how I felt. And it had just, Thanksgiving was just a couple days before this. So, you know, I couldn't help to think about how I felt and what I wanted to do, and I didn't do it. So, needless to say, He was murdered, y'all. He was executed, actually, by a female. And I cannot talk about it too much right now because I don't know if she's in custody yet. I don't know what's going on, who exactly it was. Me and my daughter has talked about it, and we think we know what happened. And, you know, some of the stories that they're putting out on social media, you kind of piece things together. So, you know, but I don't want to say anything. But I can say he was executed, okay? And the thought of that just breaks my heart. Every time I think about it, it breaks my heart, because to know Tevin was to love him. And he actually had a vigil the other day. His family gave him a vigil, and it was beautiful. Everybody there had kind of like the same story of Tevin, you know what I mean? And I think what hurt so bad, and when I did speak and I was just crying like a baby, it's so crazy because my daughter like, it's more like he was your boyfriend than mine. But that's the impression he gave me. He gave me the raw and uncut him, and I appreciated that. He was truthful with me. He's always been respectful. And he had a genuine love for my daughter and a genuine love for my family. And I appreciated that. I'm a Gemini, so I tell good characters. I'm a good judge of character. And he was a Virgo. And I'm just so happy that I got a chance to love on him. But I'm hurt that he lost his life at 27 years old for nothing, because people can't handle their mental health, and they walking around here with guns, and the minute somebody say something to you or do something to you that you don't like, you think it's okay to go in your trunk and shoot somebody in their head with no regard of life. And that's exactly what happened to him. That's a selfish soul. That's a person that don't give a damn about nobody or nothing. And mental health is real. What I'm dealing with right now and what I'm going through is mental health. And my counselor had to get me to understand that the reason I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now is because of all of this was a trigger for me. It was a trigger from my PTSD. It was a trigger from my anxiety. It was all a trigger for me, because it takes me back to my best friend and how we lost her. And I told my counselor that the scariest thing for me is that we're walking around this world right now with real live demons that's walking around, and people that just don't care or don't want to try to do better or take care. If you don't like somebody, you remove. I'm not about to sit around nobody that I dislike. I'm not about to sit around or be in the company of nobody that I know that does not care for me, because that's dragging my energy, and I'm not about to do that. So that for me just bothers my soul, that we're walking around here with real life demons in this world, And that you can be sitting and be around people that you know, never knowing that these same people will be the people that will take your life. That bothered me so much when my best friend was murdered that I sat around her husband. I picked him up in my car along with him. I've been alone in the house sitting with him waiting on her to come or whatever the case. But I sat around a murderer. A person that would eventually take something so precious away from me. And that's haunting to your spirit. It's so haunting to your spirit. So when I tell y'all, I've come from a very low place, and the thoughts that have been in my mind, I meant that. And I don't always talk about it or go in depth about it, because sometimes I guess that was part of my healing. But this right here just triggers something in my soul that I'm just so happy that I have family, I have counseling, and people that can help me through this. Because when you don't, and you don't have anybody to talk to, and you trying to understand these feelings that you have inside and you can't understand them, I'm happy that I was able to make that emergency appointment yesterday. That's why I try to tell y'all, mental health is so real. You have to have some kind of counseling. Everybody needs somebody to talk to. There's no person on this earth that has not dealt with something. The woman that took Tevin's life, I don't know what was going on in her mind. And at the visual, the pastor said, let's pray for her too, because it's something that's missing in her soul. And that's for sure. Something is definite. And I thought that was big of that pastor to say that, because so many people there, the hurt and the heart and the heartache and the thoughts that I'm sure we all feel for this woman right now. That was beautiful that he said that, because you don't think about those things. But it still doesn't replace what she did and who she took away from us. He was had a beautiful soul. And I told my counselor that I felt like we had an angel here on earth, because everybody had the same story about him. And his sister said so many people inboxed her and told her that they had just talked to him. And she said, at first I kept thinking to myself, this can't be real. Like, what human can talk to this many people, keep in contact with this many people? But that was Tevin though. That was him. And I know his work here was done, and God needed him for something else. And I know, and I prayed about that. I said, God, Tevin has been through some things, and he deserves peace right now. And I just pray, and I know that God has him. He has him in his wings right now, and I know that. Tevin was one of the first people, every time I posted on Instagram, he would be the first person I see liking a post. You know what I mean? So I know he always was cheering me on in his own way. And my daughter said he would talk about me to her. So I know he was. And I'm just heartbroken, y'all. I'm so heartbroken that happened to him. And it happened the way it happened. Like, people are so coward. They just cowards out here. It make you not even want to talk to people, meet people. Like, you just never know people's intentions, and you got to be careful out here, especially as women, but men too. Everybody just got to be careful who you surround yourself with. And sometimes we can't even help it. It just comes our way. You know what I mean? And I'm just so sad that he lost his life that way. But before I get off of here, because it's about to get dark and I'm pulling up to Chipotle and I don't want this to be a long video. I just want to tell a story about Tevin. When Deja brought him home, she was living, again, he came around when I lost my best friend, and so some of y'all know, or if y'all don't know, that have watched some of my videos in the past, when my best friend was murdered, I moved immediately. And at first I was living, jumping from house to house, because I couldn't be alone. So I was scared to go home, because my best friend was at my house the day before she was murdered. And it was just an eerie feeling. Her husband knew where I lived at, and he wasn't immediately arrested. So I was moving from house to house. But I was at my daughter's house one day, and I'm like, this is a nice apartment. So I ended up moving across the hall from her. So when she told me, you know, she had a new boyfriend, whatever, and I, of course, you know, I had to sit him down and do the mother talk with him. And when I tell y'all, he was so respectful. He told me about his life, where he come from, you know, his struggles, just everything. And I appreciate that, because he was so genuine and just told me, you know, things that he didn't have to. And I appreciated that, because that's one thing when you or your kids are dating, you want to know who they're dating and where they come from. So I told him, I said, you know, Tevin, I like you, but in order to date my daughter, you got to get a job. You cannot date my daughter and not have a job, okay? So do y'all know, this boy went out the next day. He called me, like, or he came over, and he like, Ma, I got a job. I work at Chipotle. He got a job the next day. And that's why the love was so genuine, because I see he made effort in everything he did. No matter what he was doing, he made an effort to get up and go to work and get some kind of money, some kind of way, and not be a slouch, whatever he had to do. And I appreciated that, you know. And he worked that job, you know. My kids would go up there and get food. They'd be like, Tevin gave us some food, and Tevin was working with his best friend. So my kids was always going up there getting food, whatever. So, you know, when I just tell y'all, he was a good guy. My daughter put a story up on Instagram, and it kind of just brought back memories. She had went to work, and, you know, she ended up leaving him at the house. And she like, I never left anybody at my house, but I let him stay. But we trusted him. And she said, I called him once. He was at my mama's house eating breakfast. I called back. They was out running errands. I called back. He was on her couch sleep, you know. And I never forget that. I'm going to just hold on to those good memories that I had with Tevin. And we still have to go to the funeral and, you know, go through that part. But I just want to give my condolences out to his family again. And I did do that in person at the vigil. But, y'all, just pray for my spirits. Pray for my soul to just get back anew, you know. And my sister thing, I just talked to my sister, and she just told me, Danessa, focus on some positivity, some positive things. So that's what I'm trying to do in the midst of this, and get back to mukbanging for y'all. I'm on my way to the grocery store now to get a few groceries or whatever. But first I'm gonna stop at Chipotle, because I have not ate. And I'm just so happy that I got through this vlog without crying, y'all, because I just thought I was going to be on here just, whoo, because every time I say his name, I cry. Every time I say his name. So maybe the driving and me having to focus helped out a lot. If I had just been still, it probably would have been waterworks. So I'm just happy that y'all could bring me some joy and make me smile when I've been so unhappy. And I'm glad I could share this moment with y'all of me putting a smile back on my face, because it's been sad and a frown all week. So I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Keep Tevin's family in your prayers. Keep my cousin Shonda in your prayers. Keep my cousins and my Uncle Hogan that has passed away. Cousin / uncle has passed away from COVID. Keep him in your prayers. Keep me and my children in your prayers. Deja lost another friend, one of her school friends this week. She watched his funeral this morning, so she suffered a lot of loss this week. So, and this was one of her first loves. So just give her some strength for this week. Now that makes me want to cry. Some strength for this week as we go to this funeral, me and my children. And I'll be back with a video. I'm going to have something for y'all Tuesday, but I wanted to bring y'all this. I love y'all so much. And until next time, keep it delicious. Peace. Bye, y'all.